Any extensions? Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm sorry. The draft of the calendar is something that please just think about for the next meeting or next two meetings. We're not in a hurry to approve it, but what you can see in this is that this is a calendar that's been put together in collaboration with the K-8s, and we know that the mission that we have with the K-8s is threefold. First, that schools, the first day for students is the same in all of the districts, that the April break or the spring break is the same among all of the districts, and that graduation does not conflict with any of the districts. And this calendar does that. The other thing that you will notice is that I'm getting tired of dealing with the April break issue, so I put 5 snow days into the calendar. Yeah.
So if you don't use them, what happens?
If you don't use them, we as a board can decide to do with them. Very often, you can add an extra day to Memorial Day. Some boards have chosen to give the day after Easter. In some cases, Memorial Day is more likely. There are a number of other places that we can put it. And to be really forward-looking, we've even asked next year for the project graduation groups to see if it's possible for them to reserve 2 dates for an extra amount of money. One date, the normal date, which would be the end of school, which I think is there on June 20th, and then one date 3 days out for that. And if it's possible to reserve 2 dates with maybe an extra $800, that's what I've heard, we'd like to be able to do that moving forward in the future so that we're not held hostage to project graduation also. But I think that in the short term, adding 5 snow days solves our problem. Okay.
We're off MLK Day and President's Day?
We are.
Some school systems have not taken off MLK Day.
They haven't, and I think that what we've done is that for a long time, this particular district has taken off MLK Day, and there have been differences among and between our K-8s about
right.
that.
That's why I bring this up.
Yeah, now they all have the day off for students. One of them, I believe, has it as a professional development day, but in none of our K-8s are students attending on MLK Day. Work on that. What's wrong? Okay.
Yeah, using Johnson's condo for the weekends.
Okay, and then the last piece of information I passed out is the timeline. A number of you had questions of me last time. What does the principal search look like? And if you take a look at this particular document, you see what that date looks like. Note the inclement weather date is Friday, but the date is Wednesday, March 23rd. You know, yeah, I believe that they are. However, I think that the outside candidate needed today to speak to a superintendent because they had a break last week. So I'm imagining that it's public as of today. Yeah. So, any questions about this procedure?
How is the public going to be informed?
I will take care of that. Okay.
Well, it'll be 2 evenings in a row.
It is.
How did, after you spoke to both Bill and Steve, how did they take, were they excited, were they happy?
When I began explaining this process, everybody's question was the same. They're not going to be there together, are they? I mean, that seems to be the overriding issue, because there's some school districts that actually do that. They bring candidates in together, which is very awkward. They were both very excited. They recognized that this is an interesting way to do this, that they are going to have a chance to speak to a variety of audiences. That they'll impromptu meet with teachers, meet with the administrators there, have a formal faculty meeting that will run, and then a time in the evening of the community. What you've got with this is more input than.
And what would you? Yeah, I mean, this is actually a great process. What would you expect for this? Go to the school staff. What would you expect them to get out of it? What do you expect, whether it's Steve or Bill, to get out of it themselves?
I think that one of the issues becomes when you hire a principal. In some cases, what you've got is that principal gets hired very often in the summertime, and he shows up in September, and the faculty's never seen that person, or has just heard about that person. So the notion that, if you think what we did in this particular circumstance, Bill and I met with the faculty at Central 2.5 years ago, or a year and a half ago, and said, what are you interested in? What does it look like for you in terms of qualifications you want for a candidate? And as a result, we brought these candidates to them now that they're going to have a chance. And it's going to be like speed dating again. It'll be a 20-minute or a 30-minute meeting. But the entire faculty will be there. These candidates will get a chance to make a statement to the faculty so you get a sense of what their public speaking skills are. And in addition to that, everyone in the faculty gets a chance to ask a question and fill out a Likert scale that Bill will collect with data. And it's far more information than they've had.
Bill Library you're talking about, not
Yeah,
Bill Collins.
yes, you're right. I'll say Dr. Library.
Anthony, do you still have the sense that both candidates would definitely accept?
Yes, I do have that sense. Yes.
The Likert scale, is that how much you'll think about? What is that?
It's you filled it out before actually. It simply becomes 1 through strongly disagree, agree.
Oh, okay. How much you like about?
Yes. Any other questions?
No, it's a great one.
Okay. Thank you all very much.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
We open to
We
you?
opened twice to public, but we can open to public for a third time.
Hi.
Please state your name.
Actually, I'd just like to say that whatever the funding formula does become, it's been a pleasure of mine to teach several of the students of the various board members, and that I think it's a great school, stocked by great kids, and I just want to thank all board members for their time and dedication to this place.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Theory and all.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Lowe.
Any abstentions?
You got this one?
See that once we get.
Policies?
Down there.
He said.
Oh, you going downstairs?
You and I are going to do a lot of work today.
Send it out to some organizations for your more policies.
I don't want to understand.
I don't see any. It's probably down right before, but I don't see any.
So we've done it.